Arsenal take up their starting position ahead of what will be another manic dash towards the finish line. A finish line beyond which lies pastures substantially greener, substantially more fertile, substantially more lucrative. They really do want to get off to a flyer here. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. The action has already started. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, it's not very often you look at your goalkeeper as a source of inspiration, but I think we can make an exception for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Such an incredible player, one of the safest pair of hands around.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. That's an excellent interception. Van Bouten gets good distance on it. Gerrard, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Stojkovic. And he was quick to react. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Stojkovic. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. David Villa. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Rice, and the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
Arsenal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Gerrard. Rice. Oh no, that was never going to make it. That's a nicely measured pass. And he's David Villa! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Lizarazu. That has been cut short. Van Dijk gets it away. Stojkovic. And he skips past his man. Stojkovic!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Garnacho. A goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Garnacho. Messi. Cafu. Van Bouten. Bastoni. And it's Van Bouten. For Van Bouten. Bastoni. And it's Gerrard. He's in plenty of space here. And it's Gerrard. Now it's Torres.
Added time.
Stojkovic. Played into space out wide. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Floated through. Casemiro could move up a gear here. Now it's Mbappe. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Bruno Fernandes. Gerrard. Stojkovic. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. And he's onside! Oh, no joy this time. Cleared without complication.
The attendance for this match.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Garnacho. Garnacho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Messi. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Stojkovic. Fernando Torres. And reclaimed it in a trice. Mbappe! Now there's a fine ball. Great hit!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Gerrard. Number 9,
Stojkovic.
Bruno Fernandes.
Beckenbauer makes the interception.
Number 21,
Beckenbauer
David
is there to clear.
Number 14, Van Dijk.
Arsenal
Number
looking
6,
to pass their way through.
Daniel Van Buiten. Coming on the field, number 4.
And he's there to clear it.
Iniesta. Number 10, Bellingham. Number 19.
You can run onto that.
Haaland. Number 2, Franz Beckenbauer.
Yeah, they were
Number
looking for a
3,
counter-attack.
Adams. Substitution.
He's gone forward.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Into the box.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And that is that. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, the more...
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation, as to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Casemiro. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? He's done very well to get to that.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Zico, Rafinha. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be...
Anthony! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Rafinha.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Neymar. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he's intervened well there. No, that's been intercepted. Casemiro. And that's put paid to a promising move. Brazil applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
And face to face, there's the shot! And he hits the net! And they're at it again in double quick time!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Stojkovic. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. Anthony crosses. And that has been belts one. Gave it a go, but off target.
Yeah, it seemed the right range, and I guess it was worth a try.
Stojkovic. Casemiro. Mbappe. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now who's going to be first to this?
There will be
Passing
1 minute
nice
at a
and
time.
neat. Looking for options for movement. Danger averted for now. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Arsenal in control at half-time, 2-0. And we are back on the way. No changes at the interval from either side. Casemiro, oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zico, and they're back on the ball again, and it's Zico. Here's Bruno Guimaraes, now it's Neymar. Zico, that's a fabulous ball. Rice, And Stojkovic.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's looking to set free a runner. Zico. Spread it left. That's a nicely measured pass. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. It's Zico! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And here's Zico. Rafinha providing an outlet on that flank. Casemiro. That has been cut short. Casemiro. Casemiro. Well, played right into his path. He has found the way through. Roberto Carlos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Garnacho. Lizarazu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Bruno Guimaraes makes the interception. Rice. Anthony. Cleared without hesitation. Neymar.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Rafinha. Casemiro. Rafinha. Danilo. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That could spell trouble. The ball has bounced loose now. Into the last 5 minutes. Stojkovic. That's a lovely, neat pass. Defending was strong and firm. Mbappe. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that will be the final act. Arsenal are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Mbappe. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7, an undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well-timed, excellent interception. Dembele, Valde.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone.
He's had a hit! And again! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
And the pass is intercepted. Stojkovic powering forward here. No goals as yet. That has been cut short. That pass has been well intercepted. Garnacho. Pedri. And it's Gnabry. Mbappe. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's got away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Not the most accurate pass. Pedri takes control of it and he's on the move.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Garnacho. He's got the shot away! Goal! Arsenal! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
Substitutions taking place.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Danielson. He's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, good spread. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe!
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away.
And he's straight offside. The only
2
breakthrough
added
then
minutes
came
has been
late in the
indicated.
first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Nicked it back promptly, and here's Stoichkov. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Ruben Dias. And the first half is done. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
And now, to all members of the crowd,
What do you think
I'd
we're
like
up to after
ask you
45
join me
minutes?
in wishing
Well, I think
our
there's plenty
birthday
to
boy
be
a
pleased
very
about with that
special
first half
birthday.
display in terms of the score and overall approach.
Arsenal leading 1-0 at the break.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 15, Anthony. Coming on the field is number 20, Messi. Substitution.
And we're off again. Arsenal carrying a one-goal lead. Mbappe! Arsenal do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lizarazu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Messi couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it. Big chance! It's a goal! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been...
He's having a hit! Into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Well, at least he's not short on confidence. Trying from that sort of distance, why not?
Pedri, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Garnacho! Garnacho! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here. Rice. Messi in acres of space out wide. There's the shot! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And they are cruising away. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Arsenal find a position of real strength now.
No doubt as
Real chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
he'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as to universal contentment. The Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. And already we're underway here. Well, played right into his path. Big chance! Big chance! That's a little off target. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. And here's Bale. Oh, what? Mbappe! In he goes again. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Barcelona just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
Oh, he's found some space here. Rudiger makes the interception. Oh, nicely intercepted. Arsenal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. He's one-on-one, there's the hit! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then because they just lost sight of the real danger.
A 1-0 lead established. He's got the shot away!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Anthony. Anthony showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. It's a good spell of possession, this. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And they win it back again. Valverde did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Valverde. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we are back on the way.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Bale. It's Bale! Goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And a header! And it's there! And they are cruising away.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 15.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Garnacho.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
The attendance for this match
Messi.
is 60,000.
Barcelona are looking to break at pace. And he's managed to get free. There's the shot! And it's in! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Barcelona are having a ball here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
He's through here. Shot could be on. Oh, look at the space. And the shot! Oh, and it's come back out to him. It's there! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Rummenigge. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passing nice and neat. Van Dijk clears it away. Stojkovic. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Opts to play it back. Stojkovic! And that is faded wide.
Arsenal are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Bellingham. And he's picked out the run.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
He's played him through. He might...